Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would do a round 2 of the would I repurchase these 10 random palettes. Today I asked my partner to go ahead and look into my drawers and anything that's on my desk and pull 10 eyeshadow palettes for me to tell you whether or not I would repurchase them. I did a video like this a few months ago, but I randomly selected them myself. But this time he has, and I have to say I'm a little bit surprised as the ones that he's pulled. I feel like almost all of these I've spoken about recently in recent videos. So he said that he was just looking at the packaging and it really had nothing to do with my videos or anything like that. But I'm a little bit surprised that he pulled these ones. But anyway, let's get into it. Let's do this. This is just a fun little video. I am actually gonna go out soon on a date night, obviously with my partner and son, but it is sort of a birthday dinner because my birthday was a few days ago. But I was ill, so we didn't do anything, and now, you know, I've still got a little bit of a cold. I am, you know, trying to get better before I take my trip, and yeah, we're just gonna do a little birthday dinner tonight. So I've just got ready and I thought, let me film this video and yeah, let's get started. So I haven't actually thought about any of these, but the first one is the Techni Days from Beauty Bay. This is a very recent purchase of mine, and I think the easy answer is yes, I would repurchase this simply because I haven't played around with it enough. I have pulled it now for my pan nose eyeshadows. It's one of my focus palettes to work on for the next month. And actually, prior to this look that I did just now, I wore, I had a green look on, and I dipped into this one and dipped into this shade right here. As you can see, there's quite a nice dent. And it is so stunning. So I love Beauty Bay quality, and I definitely think that I would repurchase this. And it was on sale. It's a very affordable palette. I love the quality, so why not? I mean, they're just fun shades that I don't really have in other palettes. Obviously, if you've got a lot of pastel shades or bright colored, you know, shades in other palettes, then you probably wouldn't need this. But I don't, so I picked this up on a whim when I did my last Beauty Bay haul, and I'm really happy that I did. So yeah, this one I absolutely would repurchase. Next one on here is the Huda Beauty Desert Dust palette, which I have spoken about a lot on my channel. It's been on several videos, it's been in several projects. I've been trying to pan several shades. I had this in my pan nose eyeshadows for a few months. I had this in my Zodiac panner, and I hit a pan in it a month ago or something like that, and this one is currently in a project. So yes, this palette I have spoken about a lot, and I would absolutely repurchase it because I got it at TK Maxx and it was on sale, and it was my first Huda Beauty palette. I wanted to test out the quality, and obviously this is one of their older palettes, but I still enjoy it. I still love it. It's very neutral leaning, obviously, but you do have the purples and you have, you know, some warmer tones. I don't know, I just really love it, and I love the quality. So yeah, absolutely, I would repurchase it. I've never had an issue with these shades, never had a dud shade in here so far. The only one, obviously, that isn't the best is the glitter shade Cosmo right here, but it's not a big deal. I would repurchase this. Okay, next up he picked up Primark palette. This is one of my oldest palettes at the moment. This is the Rose Quartz, and this one I did dip into right at the end of 2021. I actually haven't used it at all this year. So this one has been neglected, but I do have a few pans in here. I've got 3 pans, and I always pull it for the sort of Christmas time. It's a good holiday palette for me. You've got the neutrals, but you do have these berries, and I've always been able to pull some beautiful looks with it during that winter period. So yeah, honestly, I don't mind this palette. It was Primark, very affordable. I bought it so long ago, I have no idea how much it cost, but it has, you know, proven that it's worth, basically, and I would repurchase it. If I was in the same sort of mindset, I mean, I think tomorrow, if I found this palette in Primark, would I repurchase it? Probably not, because I have more eyeshadow palettes now, but I think it's a really good palette. So actually, let me take that back. I probably wouldn't repurchase it simply because it is Primark and I'm trying to stay away from buying anything from Primark. But you know what? This is the best Primark palette I've ever tried, so I have no complaints. Whew, turn my fan off and I am sweating, sweating, sweating. Okay. Next up, he pulled this one. This is the new Anastasia Beverly Hills, the palette, the Nubo palette. Spoken about this very, very recently, and yes, absolutely, would repurchase. It is a new purchase for me, but I would go out and repurchase it again if I didn't have it. I love the color story, the quality is amazing, and yeah, I just love how compact it is. It is just, and it's not that horrible suede material, whatever the other one is, like the velvety material. So yes, absolutely would repurchase it. I think it's really, really beautiful and stunning. Don't want to go on too much about it because I've spoken about a lot in previous videos if you want to have a look, but yes, I would repurchase that one. So far I would repurchase all of these, aside I guess from the Primark one, just simply because of what it is. Next up is the Orange You Glad from Colourpop. Ooh, this one I have always loved. I've always thought that the shades were so stunning and so beautiful. This is my all-time favorite color in the whole world to wear. I love wearing tops this color or swimsuits this color or just cover-ups, anything like that just screams summer to me. So I love this for the color. However, wearing it, I have realized that it's not my favorite palette at all. It's not my favorite color scheme to wear on my eyes. I just find it way too harsh, and I would not repurchase this, unfortunately. I just don't think that I love it as much as other people love it, and I don't give it the love that it deserves. Having said that, obviously there are beautiful shades in here that I would love to maybe pull out, and maybe it's something that I will eventually just depot and just put some singles and then maybe get rid of the shades that are just far too harsh for me. Like for instance, this one down here, it just looks horrible. I don't know why, it just doesn't work with my eyes. But this shade up here is absolutely stunning, the Squeeze Me shade. And yeah, I love this Mimosa Mummy. It's very interesting, and I don't think I have a shade like this in my collection. But I don't think I would repurchase it, unfortunately. Next up, he's pulled another Colourpop, the Lilac You A Lot. This one I got in a bundle a year ago, and when I got this, I got a lip gloss or 2 lip glosses, a blush, and then this palette. That's how the bundle was. And it's a beautiful palette. I don't think I would repurchase it though, to be honest, because I really have realized that I don't do well with monochromatic palettes. I find them a little bit tedious and boring. It's great if you're going to pull it, but the way that I do my makeup and all the projects that I do, and I like to have a variety when I use my palettes, and I do dip into several palettes when I do makeup looks, but sometimes I just want to grab a palette and do my makeup and not have to stick to one color. And obviously if I grab this, it would have to be a lilac look, and I don't know, I just like a little bit of variety. So if they had a neutral plus the lilac, then I could go neutral or lilac. I don't know, just anything like that would satisfy me a little bit more, as opposed to just a full-on monochromatic palette. So for that reason, I wouldn't repurchase it, but it is beautiful. These shimmers are absolutely stunning. I don't have any negative thing to say about it, just as a palette on its own, I just don't think I would buy it again. Okay, next up we've got the Summer in Saint-Tropez. So this one is from BH Cosmetics, and I got this for like £5. It was a really amazing offer, and then I let it sit in my collection for about a year before I even tried it. Because I was going to give it in a giveaway, or I was just going to give it to someone else, because I basically saw the price. I was like, okay, I'll pop it. I was doing a Beauty Bay haul and I was buying some other things. I saw how much this cost. I was like, okay, fine, yeah, I'll get that for £5. And then I just never dipped into it because I just thought I never would like it. And then I finally dipped into it this year, and oh my gosh, this is stunning. A beautiful, beautiful palette. I was a fool not to believe everyone, because everyone says this is such an amazing palette, and I would look at it and be like, but really? Yes, really. I think this is probably one of my favorite BH Cosmetic palettes that I own. It might be my favorite, I'm not sure. I haven't done a ranking. I haven't really sat down and thought about it, but it might be the top one. Just simply because I love these shimmers. I don't really like this quad down here, which I've mentioned before. So those could go. Maybe keep the blue you know, and then if I could swap these out, I would be very, very happy. But everything else is absolutely stunning. Love this yellow here as well. This coastline shade up here is so beautiful. So if you can get your hands on this palette, I would absolutely grab it, even for the full price. I think it's worth the full price. They're not expensive, these BH Cosmetic palettes, but £5 was a steal, and I'm so glad that I did it. And yes, absolutely, I would repurchase for full price if I had to. Alright, next up, this is a new palette for me. This is the Dangerous Love from Makeup Revolution. This is a Batman palette. And I have to say, I got it for the packaging. As bad as that sounds, I do like Batman and I wanted to get it. But I also like the cool tone aspect of this palette. It's very neutral leaning, but it's not neutral warm tone, it's neutral cool tone, and it's just something spoke to me about it. I love how muted it was. It's just a little bit grungier and muted, but still light and not too grungy. And the problem is I've only dipped into one shade in this palette, which is this one, because I was doing a look with some other palettes. So I have not used this palette, which is unfortunate because I can't really like talk about how I feel about it. The one shade that I used was fine, but it was pastel pink, so what am I going to do with that? Yeah, this is a beautiful palette, but I don't know what the quality's like, but based on just the color story and the fact that I just bought this like a month ago, yes, I would buy it again. I was going to buy it quite a long time ago. I think it's been out for about a year now, and I didn't, and then I saw it went out of stock and I was very annoyed that I couldn't get it, and then I saw it was available on Beauty Bay, so I picked it up before I could no longer get it. So yeah, this one I would repurchase. All the ones that I would repurchase, so far there's only what, two, the two color pops in the Primark. Okay, we're doing all right. All right, we got two more and they're new palettes. What is he thinking? All right, so he pulled this one. This is the Hydra Turtle from Makeup Revolution, and this one is currently in my Shop My Stash, although I have not dipped into it yet. It is stunning. I've done one makeup look with this and it was very, very beautiful. Again, this is one that I had my eye out on, and it was out for about a year, and I just thought, okay, let me just get it. I'm gonna get the Batman one, and I'm gonna get this one. And I actually picked up this one at the same time, so I got all three palettes at the same time, so I don't know why he's picked them all. But this is a new palette for me, and I can't tell you too much about it, but I like the muted aspect of it. And also I don't have a huge amount of blues in my collection, and I don't have these types of blues. I was looking around and I don't really have like this color blue, and I don't have this color blue. So it does fill a void, and I do like it, but obviously I need to play around with it more. And yes, I would repurchase it. I do like the look of it. Alright, and then the last but not least is this one, the Effect of Provence from Nomad, and this is another new palette, and yes, absolutely, I would repurchase this because I've only used it the one time, and this one I also pulled from my Shop My Stash. I think he just looked at my desk and was like, okay, I'll just grab these and then a few others in the drawers. He didn't really dig around to the older palettes, but that's fine. But yeah, absolutely, I would repurchase this one. I just really like the color story. Obviously, I bought it because I like the color story. Nomad's come out with other palettes that I haven't purchased, but this one I just thought it spoke to me. I really like the way that they do their yellows, and yeah, I like that you've got the warm and then the cool tone. I don't know, there's something about it that there's a lot of, it looks like there's going to be a lot of variety in this palette, and I do like the Nomad quality. It's not the best, but I actually am one of the few that like it. So yeah, this one I would absolutely repurchase, but I don't know how much I love it yet because I've only used it the once. Alright, so out of 10 palettes, 3 of them I would not repurchase, 7 of them I would. Granted, a lot of these are very new to me, so it's a little bit hard to judge. Maybe in 6 months' time I'll have a different idea of some of these palettes. But yeah, that's my ranking for the video, and this is a lot of fun. It makes you think about your makeup choices, and I'll probably do it again. Maybe I won't ask him to do it again though, because he didn't pick very good palettes for me to discuss, but maybe next time I'll just do some random ones. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm like sweating so much, so I have to go. But I'll see you all next time. Bye!